Hey there, Tony from Performance Labs. I'm joined here today with Ben Denoyer of Statewide Publishing. We're going to be doing a number of short videos really on the topic of creating efficiencies within publishing organizations. Ben's had a very interesting career coming up in the publishing space. So why don't we start there, Ben? I know that you earned your journalism degree from South Dakota State, and that really got you into the world of publishing. Tell me about your background and your college years.
Yeah. When went to South Dakota State, I was going to major in journalism, which I did major in journalism. And it was first going to be newspaper and editorial. And then, I got into the advertising side of it. So my journalism degree it's a journalism degree with emphasis on advertising. I worked with the school newspaper, working in the classified display ads, the marketing aspect of it. I enjoyed it. I loved it. And I couldn't ask for a better, education from South Dakota State.
And I'm assuming the school newspaper work led to your first career move in publishing. What did that look like?
It did, and so I graduated in December of '99. I'm dating myself, but yes. So I mean that kind of goes to what we're going to be talking about in the future. So after I graduated, I moved to Chicago, to Illinois. Hey, get out of the small town. My dad pushed me on for better, bigger and better things. So I moved out here, and that really gave me the experience, and people saw that, and they brought me in as in the newspaper business. So I moved from South Dakota to Chicago, which was, a big difference, obviously. It's, a lot more people. But my experience with the newspaper and, pushing that publishing aspect and the advertising part led me to my first job in the industry. I worked for a niche publication, and, I started in the classified department, sold that, and being from that era where it was just print to technology, I was there. And I helped develop an online site for that publication, pushing the technology aspect to get things out to the people, and that's where we kind of got into it.
Our paths crossed a little bit. I was at the Chicago Tribune, and I know that similar to what you said, we were at a moment where digital transformation was necessary. And how are we going to replace print dollars with digital dollars? And I think a function of all of that going on at the same time, personally, I saw it create a lot of inefficiencies in process and lack of direction as an organization, which isn't a good thing when you're trying to evolve. But you saw many of those inefficiencies as well. Can you tell me a little bit about what you saw during those years?
Yeah, you go from receiving faxes to emails, keying everything. So we developed the beginning of a portal and trying to get that information in. And that's where, invoicing, the affidavits and certificates of publication is what they call them in Illinois. There's ways to make things easier for the people that need to publish. And that's where we saw this and, hey, how can we make this easier? And that's kind of, you use that technology to make things easier for people. And that's kind of what we did.
So I know we'll talk about this in a future episode, if you will. Talk a little bit about that portal that you created and what did that do and what purpose or problem did it solve?
First started developing it and bringing it out. That was like 2005, 2006, and then the big crash happened, the economic, in 2008, then on. To be able to handle the volume of, notices coming in, that technology really helped do that. And that helped us to a certain point. But it was still a lot of hands-on, a lot of working. It's just, early mornings, really late nights for a lot of long times. And like, man, things can be better. And things can be easier for everybody. And that's kind of where I wanted to do something. So that's why I started Statewide Publishing, because I knew that the technology was the way to do it. And that could be married with the publications and with the new technology coming. We have that, and I don't know, to me that's pretty exciting and fun to deal with. And that's where, you push for that. You push for the to make it efficient. And that's kind of been our tagline for Statewide, creating efficiencies in the courts, the governments, the law firms, and the people. And the in the newspapers, we make it seamless.
I'm looking forward to taking a deeper dive on that portion. We'll wrap this episode here. Ben, thank you for your time. Looking forward to learning more about kind of that next portal evolution, if you will, in our next conversation.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.